All right, well, I'm going to get started. So I am delighted to welcome everyone here today, and I just want to thank everybody again for taking time out of your busy lives to join us for this very special event. My name is Christine Troyan, and I'm the Executive Director of Minnesota Parents Alliance, and I have the joyful honor today of introducing Minnesota to the parent movement. What you're seeing here today on a Thursday morning in August is a small fraction of the thousands of parents and teachers across the state who are uniting to reclaim our schools. We're uniting for our children and their future. We're here today to publicly launch Minnesota Parents Alliance and celebrate the fact that as of this week, you guys, there are more than 100 parents across the state who are aligned with our mission that are filing to run for their local school board. 100. Many of them have been campaigning all summer. We can see signs and shirts, and this is unprecedented and a real cause for celebration. Several of them are here today, and I'm going to turn the microphone over to them shortly. But in addition to that, Minnesota has a lot on the ballot this year, and there are several non-school board candidates that are here to enthusiastically support parents. So if you are a non-school board candidate, give us a wave, because we are so appreciative that there are other people joining us on this journey. It is worth noting, I think, that in an increasingly divided world that we're living in, the parent movement is actually a very unique and refreshing phenomenon. Minnesota Parents Alliance is a non-partisan organization, and we represent parents from across the political spectrum. The issues that are related right now to our children's education and what's happening in schools are not viewed by parents as right versus left issues. These are right versus wrong. What's happening to our children right now transcends politics. And in this moment, we are coming together to reclaim our schools as places where children can be treated as equals and educated, not indoctrinated. After spending months talking to parents across the state, I truly believe that there is a tidal wave of unity that is brewing at the bottom of the ballot with our school board races. And I think it's going to swell all the way to the top. So thank you to every candidate who is speaking up and stepping up for parents, kids, and common sense this year. Here's the bad news. As everyone knows, our educational system is at a crossroads. Minnesota schools are in crisis. We would not be standing here on a Thursday morning in August if they were not. This is not an exaggeration. Across all districts, scores and proficiency rates in basic skills like math and reading are plummeting. Currently, I'm going to say this twice, there are currently school districts in Minnesota where less than 50% of the students can read at grade level. Less than 50%. That's horrifying. It should be front page news, and it should be unacceptable to every adult in Minnesota.
That's right.
What's worse, it gets worse, unfortunately. While schools are failing to provide our students the academic instruction that they need to succeed, administrators and activist board members are embedding divisive policy and curriculum into our school culture and our classrooms with alarming urgency and efficiency. Activism at the expense of academics is destroying Minnesota's previously high-quality public education system. After denying students in-person learning on and off for over 2 years, school and state leadership continues to be obsessively focused on implementing failing trends in education such as equity initiatives and ethnic studies, when we all know that our schools should be prioritizing every penny in their budgets and every minute of teaching time toward getting our children back on track academically. Our students and our teachers are leaving in staggering numbers, often citing that ineffective and misguided equity policies have led to a dramatic increase in the violence and disruption in our halls and in our classrooms. When parents have raised these very legitimate concerns to school leadership, we have all too often been dismissed, ignored, silenced, or personally attacked. It has become abundantly clear that the biggest threat to the radical agenda of big education and special interest groups that are pushing identity politics on our children are involved, organized parents. Yeah. And we're not backing down, and we're not going away. Minnesota Parents Alliance has formed this year to help organize, empower, and educate parents to be strong advocates in their school communities for prioritizing academic achievement, equality, and parental rights. Closing our schools and attempting to use distance learning as a substitute for in-person instruction puts student achievement and mental health into free fall. And I hope that we can all agree here that come what may, we can never allow that direct harm to our children again. The decisions that were made, not just in my district, but every district during that time, eroded parents' trust in the individuals that we've put in charge of our schools. And rather than being respected, our parental rights were trampled, our voices were silenced, and all the while our children were struggling. This prompted several parents to run for their local school board last year. This happened without any real foresight or organization, and parents were just upset and they were willing to do anything that they needed to do to get their schools back on track. Unfortunately, in many cases, in my view, I think the best school board candidates often have full-time jobs and young children and busy lives, and they have no political experience or political ambitions, and they certainly don't have any knowledge of how to execute a successful campaign. Also, unfortunately, these are not the parents that Education Minnesota is interested in endorsing. So they didn't get the benefit of the professional campaign management that union-backed candidates often receive. These parents were on their own. And so despite their best efforts and their most sincere efforts and a lot of community support, many of them lost by narrow margins. After the election last year, myself and a handful of others who were disappointed in the results organized a meeting that included several candidates across the metro, some who were successful and some who weren't. We wanted to figure out how we could create a stronger network of support for parents, whether they want to run for school board or they simply want to get more engaged and involved in the issues that their district are facing. That was the genesis of Minnesota Parents Alliance. And so over the next several months, we put together a steering committee of over 30 parents who represent districts across the state. We identified partner organizations at the local and national level who have expertise in the areas of education policy research. We sought legal assistance. We developed an advisory team of current and former school board members who can provide valuable insights to us and serve as mentors to candidates and newly elected members. We put on our first school board candidate training in May, and we had over 75 in attendance. I think many of you were there. And we just hosted another one last week, and we continue to provide regular bi-weekly support via Zoom calls to candidates statewide. After the election, similar to what MSBA does, we are going to be hosting a training program that focuses on providing specific information, support, and mentorship to newly elected members, and we're optimistic that there are going to be a lot of them. In short, despite being a new grassroots organization on a shoestring budget, we have got a lot of support and volunteer hours behind this effort, and I believe we're just getting started. The majority of our time and efforts truly has been spent being a central point of contact for parents statewide and connecting parents with each other and with the resources that they need. We've done this by providing access to online forums and discussions, hosting and participating in educational events, and just doing a lot of good old-fashioned networking. The cross-district communication has been essential in identifying and exposing a bigger picture of what is happening in our schools. Nearly every district already had its own local group of parents who have coalesced around the concerns that they share about their district, but those groups rarely, if ever, talk to each other. And it has been an eye-opener for parents to learn that many of the issues that they thought were unique to their district are in fact happening all over the state. Parents are connecting with parents on a statewide level and taking action, and that is the game changer that Minnesota needs to solve the problems that are facing our schools. Our motto has become, parents aren't the problem, parents are the solution. And if we're going to fix our schools, guys, it starts with us. No one else is coming to save our kids, and your courage is contagious. Parents who want to connect with us and other parents can visit our website at minnesotaparents.org and sign up for our emails. You can find us on social media, and you can take advantage of our private online forum, which you can find linked to our website as well. And finally, most Minnesotans are guilty of not doing their homework when it comes to school board candidates. I know I was one of those people up until very recently. So this year, Minnesota Parents Alliance is publishing a school board voter guide. Using a questionnaire, we will determine the candidates who are aligned with our mission of prioritizing academic achievement, equality, and parental rights, and we will list them district by district. This easy-to-use resource is going to be available on our website, minnesotaparents.org. And if you visit our site now, you will find a handful of candidates who have a primary. So if you live in Rochester, St. Cloud, or Alexandria, be sure to take a peek before you head to the polls. We will begin publishing our selections for the greater general election on a rolling basis starting August 17th. And we hope that every Minnesotan will use it as a resource when they're voting this year. And with that, I'm going to wrap up and hand over the mic to an amazing group of parents who are here to tell you why they're running and why they're committed to getting our Minnesota schools back on track. I will just say that for everybody listening, if you're considering running for school board, the filing period closes August 16th at 5 p.m., so you still have time. You're clearly not alone. You're in good company and we can help, so please reach out to us. I'm going to take press questions after we introduce our candidates. So I'm going to kind of just go in order here. We've got Matt.
Good morning. My name is Matt Audette, and I'm not a candidate. I was last year, and I successfully ran for the school board of the Anoka. Okay, we're going to try that. Matt Audette. I'm not a candidate this year. Last fall, I successfully ran for election in the Anoka Hennepin schools as the parent's choice. And what I want to do today is offer encouragement to those who are running and to those who are supporting them. Parents, you are mighty. I can tell you that right now. When I ran in my school district and I engaged the parent group, we put together a group of people that raised nearly $30,000 for a school board election, and we got nearly 6,000 votes in an off-year election. So I want to encourage the people behind me and those out here in front of me to tell you that it matters when parents get involved. We can do it, and the way that you make a change in your schools is to get on the school board. I can tell you that for sure. So let's give these people the encouragement they need. Thank you.
I'll also say that we have heard some rumblings that we are a well-organized group of people and professional politicos. I assure you, we are well-organized, and I'll take that as a compliment. All right, John?
Hello, can you hear me? This thing is too low. I'm going to do bad posture. John Whalen, Rochester. And I have 3 names on this sign. I'm asking you to pray for these 3 names. Please take a picture of it if you're able to. This is our N. Niehoff, Elena Niehoff. Ray Parker, Kim Rashavi. If you have a medical background, it's PRN. That means as needed. These women are and we're from the medical city. These people are very needed, these 3 women. I'm running with them. We have a different situation down there. I'm already cleared in November. They have the primary on Tuesday. That's Tuesday, 5 days from now. Please be in prayer for these 3 women that they get through the primary. Join me. We take 4 seats on a 7-member board, and we change things. Rochester.
My name is Mike Burrell. I am running for the Forest Lake Area School Board. There's 3 candidates that are running. So there's 2 other candidates with me. One is Laura Durago and Luke Hagelin. So all 3 of us are parents. All 3 of us are fed up with the current structure that's going on. I have a son who, like many parents, who has been indoctrinated with several things that just, whether it's this anti-cop mentality. As a former law enforcement officer, it really upset me when he would come home and tell me that his teachers are talking negatively about law enforcement. And on top of that, there's the educational decline. Missing an entire year of school to come back and then not focus on academics is something that affects all of us. As a taxpayer, we're all taxpayers here. We should expect better for our education system. The reason why we're running is to help bring academics back into focus into our schools that we pay for.
I'm going to try to respect the 30 seconds. My name is Jessica Johnson, and I have filed my affidavit of candidacy, Stillwater Area Public Schools. We currently have 5 open positions. There has been 1 other filing One other announcement, a couple of them are not willing to speak with me, so that tells you a little bit about them. However, I just want to point out, I have 4 children. I speak to my children. I speak to my children's friends. And I continue to connect some dots. And what's going on in the schools is not a lot of academics, not a lot of learning, and a whole lot of things that you would will make you cry, okay? So I am running. Teachers are being asked to do too many things at the expense of our children's education. Students are individuals. They have individual needs, and no one knows them better than their parents. All families should trust that our schools will not impose the beliefs of one half of our divided society on the other. That position could change at any time. Let's put in place some guidelines that we can follow no matter who ends up on the board next time around. Because kids have parents to parent and teachers to teach. Thank you. Don't forget to get out the vote.
Hello, my name is Marilee Jager. I'm running for school board in Lakeville, ISD 194. I'm running for school board because parents need their voices heard and how our schools are being governed. I'm running for school board because our children deserve our voices in everything academically. We send them there with the trust, like these other candidates have said, that they are going to have academic excellence in their curriculum. I was the first on Tuesday in my district to file for candidacy, and I take this role very seriously. If elected, I will prioritize academic excellence over political divisiveness. Yes. If elected, I will listen to the parents and I will take their concerns seriously. Thank you.
I like what I just heard. My name is J. Brian Calva, and I'm running with a group of friends, conservative, like-minded friends, John R. Anderson, who you're going to hear from in a few moments, and also Mindy Freiberg, who couldn't be here because she's home teaching her kids. So that's a good reason. The reason why I'm running is I came to understand that parents' voices weren't being heard. And our school boards were actually starting to shut down public comment. So I think we've heard a little bit about that today, but that's really the reason why I got involved more than anything, is I believe that the best schools start with parents feeling heard. But somebody asked me today something that I've been asked a couple of times in the campaign. I just want to take one more second to say this. Somebody asked me, so what's the hardest thing that you've faced as you've been meeting with people? And to be perfectly honest with you, I've had a lot of support, a lot of positive comments, but the pushback I've gotten most often is that I'm a person of faith, and that shocked me. And so if anything, what I'd like to say, I'm a pastor. And if there's anything that I want to say to folks is please get out and vote. And if you've got like-minded people, please get out and vote. That stunned me, but I believe that there's a voice for all kinds of people at the table on school boards, and I think that our voice is certainly one of them. Thank you.
Hello, I'm John Anderson, and I'm running with J. Brian Calva and Mindy Freiberg from Elk River ISD 728. One of the reasons I'm running is I've worked in the corporate world for almost 37 years, and what's been interesting is in the corporate world there's indoctrination going on with the ESG woke movement, and what's going on in those corporations is terrible. And then I'm looking on the sideline. I have 7 children, and I have 3 in the ISD 728 schools right now. You see that indoctrination and creeping into the school system. I said, wait. I retired from my position, and I decided, let's run for school board. And I'm not doing it for the money. I want you to know that. I've traveled all over the world, lived in Asia, lived in Europe, been to over 35 countries. We're the least racist country in the world.
Absolutely.
And we should be, if we talk about pride, it should be about America. So vote for us in November, and we thank you for this time. Thank you so much.
Good, April.
Hello, my name is April St. Martin, and I am from Owatonna. For anybody who may not know where Owatonna is, we are about halfway between Rochester and Mankato in southern Minnesota. I decided to run, was a back and forth about running, so any parent who thinks they can't do this, that is not a true statement. I have very little experience, if any at all, and I am doing this because I'm passionate and I care about each and every one of my community members. My vision for Owatonna School District is to establish a school climate that reflects the values of our community. And as a school board member, I will establish an open, safe, and respectful communication between the school board, district staff, and citizens of Owatonna, whom I will answer to as their employee.
Yes.
I will ensure that all families and individuals are afforded the opportunity to view and discuss any educational options, curriculum, and materials being considered or taught in the classroom. And as a school board member, you have my word that I will dedicate my time, my energy, and my focus on ensuring that all community members are represented and have a voice. I believe that 100% transparency will cultivate and maintain an environment of trust, and I believe that together we can move Owatonna and our students forward. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Tanya Simons. I currently serve on the Osseo Area School Board, and I'm running for re-election. And I'm running because I know that engaged parents are the solution. We have known for years that students succeed when we have strong teachers and invested parents. And that's what I see here today, is invested parents who want to be part of the solution. We need to focus on the academic excellence of our schools, not just here in the metro, but all of the state of Minnesota. And we do that by supporting our teachers as parents and teachers and school systems bringing in parents to hear their voice for what is needed for their child. We have a duty. We have a duty, according to our Constitution, to ensure that we are developing the best education system for our students. We have a duty to put together curriculum and to put together academic choices that brings out the brilliance, that brings out the potential and capability of every single student so they can be successful in the state of Minnesota. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Jeff Zahn. I'm running for school board in Prior Lake Savage Area School District 719. I'm here because I want to give the kids a chance to get back to their academic standards that they've been missing out in the last 2 years, in lockdown in their homes, giving their medical freedoms back, and giving the teachers the ability to have them teach how kids should think, not what to think. I'm here because I'm a civil servant. I served in the United States Air Force as a finance officer. I'm going to bring fiscal responsibilities to our school district. We are $5 million in the red. It's unacceptable. So with that said, ask for your support from my our other Prior Lake School District candidates, and thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Lisa Atkinson. I'm from Prior Lake Savage area. I am a parent who this past year I have seen how the lack of discipline policies, the lack of holding kids accountable to attend school, and also I've seen our school board pass policies that actually takes the rights away from the parents. And so I decided to step forward and run for school board to help our schools, to heal our schools, and to get us back to focusing on what's important and get back to the basics. Lisa Atkinson from Prior Lake Savage Area Schools.
Hi, I'm Amy Bullion, a mom and closer. Can you hear me now? Hi, I'm Amy Bullion, and I am a mom of 2 boys in the Prior Lake School District, and I'm running for school board. I have seen for too long that the moral compass is being pushed out of our schools and out of our society, and it's time for leadership to have a strong moral compass and to bring that back into leadership. I'm grateful for Minnesota Parents Alliance coming behind all of us and I'm grateful for my running mates. And vote November 9th, right? Thanks.
November 8th. Hi everyone, my name is Bill Markert and I'm running for a seat also on the Prior Lake Savage School Board. I'm not going to repeat everything that these wonderful people have said already. I'll just say ditto. I believe in everything that's said. Let me ask you this. Do our kids deserve the best from us? Yes, yes they do, and that's what we're going to bring to them on November 8th. Thank you very much.
Thank you. If there are any questions from the press, we'll take them now, and we'll try to make sure that everybody can return to their day today on this beautiful day. And I just want to note again that we're here at the Capitol today because this is a central place that we gather as Minnesotans. It represents the state of Minnesota. But the real work isn't getting done in there. It's getting done in your local districts. And so I'm really encouraging everybody to go back to your local districts, run for school board, get behind candidates, show up to school board meetings, engage with your teachers, develop a relationship. That's the way forward, and parents are the solution.
How long have you guys been doing this?
We are an organization in its infancy. I was speaking in my remarks about how this really came out of last year's election and realizing that we need a little more organization around the parent movement. And so over the last several months, we are very new at this.
I have a question. I know there's a Minnesota Parents Union. I wonder if you have been in touch with them or if you're collaborating with them, and if so, why or why not?
There are issues that we for sure will agree on. My understanding is that Parents Union is really more focused on school choice, which we also agree is going to be important and going forward probably going to enter the conversation. But we are really focused on getting our current schools right for our families. Anyone else? All right, class dismissed. Go back into your districts and go support parents.